This is under the genre of the old, I'm sorry I missed that chance on Saturday. I'm sorry I scored an own goal. I'll come back stronger. All this stuff that players feel like they have to do because of the environment they're expected to work in these days. It's embarrassing that he had to do it. I think it's embarrassing that he agreed to do it. And I think that Chelsea fans who've come out, some a little bit more well-known than others, talking about how it's Mount's fault and if he loved Chelsea so much he should stay, should have a look at themselves as well.
You're watching a clip from the Football Ramble podcast. For the full episode, search Football Ramble wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes out Monday to Friday. For now, enjoy this video. Right, Mason Mount has officially... I told you he would.
You officially confirmed it.
Well.
Hashtag here we go. Hashtag my giddy aunt. Last week. Thanks to the rest of the world for finally catching up with your ITK.
Well, thanks to Mason for catching up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Although he says...
Yeah, Mason, you can go now. I've called it.
He, of course, did that little...
Go.
Yeah, he did that little cheery bye video, didn't he, Peter? He claims was recorded a few weeks ago.
Let's call it what it was. The video was a joke. It was an absolute fucking disgrace.
Why do you think that?
For loads of different reasons.
So for those who haven't seen it, Mason Mount did a goodbye video to the Chelsea faithful. He was very sincere, very downbeat, of course, and he was saying, "Look, this is the right thing for me to do in my career." Thanks to a lot of thanks to people from the unsung heroes at Cobham, where the training ground is, where I used to play Sunday League football.
That's probably why he did it.
So
Yeah.
is that why it's a joke? Because Marcus didn't get thanked, did it?
I think,
Well, I think I did, Andy.
Oh, right, okay.
But anyway...
the unsung heroes of Cobham.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Read into that what you will.
Yeah, it's very much open to
Well,
interpretation.
the video is a joke because he doesn't need to do it. I understand he wants to put a message out there
But he wants
say,
to, doesn't
say thank you to people, but that's not really what it was. That was part of what it was.
What was it the
Part
other
of
thing?
it, I thought it looked like an explainer to get ahead of the story because he felt like he was going to get quite a lot of shit from Chelsea.
no, but he
Nigel Farage on his bank account.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, come on.
Basically, yeah.
Right.
No, but he says
I've
that,
been
though.
chucked out of Chelsea for my views.
But Mason Mount did say, I know some of you will be unhappy
Yeah,
with
but
this
I
and
don't
so
think
on.
he has to do that. I think it's... Look, let me
You said it
clarify.
was a joke.
It is a joke that he has to do that. If modern football's got to the point where he has to do
Oh,
stuff
so
like that.
so it's not
Yeah.
a joke that he's doing it.
Yes.
The environment that means he has to do it is the joke.
Yes.
Is that the...
Well,
what
part. It's easy for me to say, but
Don't have a
part,
go at Mason. is
part
what
of
I'm
me
saying.
would have preferred him to have said, "I'm not doing that. I'm happy to do a thank you video for people who've helped me along the way," because I think that's fair enough. But this is under the genre of the old, I'm sorry I missed that chance on Saturday. I'm sorry I scored an own goal. I'll come back stronger. All this stuff that players feel like they have to do because of the environment they're expected to work in these days. And I think it's embarrassing that he had to do it. I think it's embarrassing that he agreed to do it. And I think that Chelsea fans who've come out, some a little bit more well-known than others, talking about how it's Mount's fault and if he loved Chelsea so much he should stay, should have a look at themselves as well because... I haven't finished.
Sorry.
Everyone's bored. It's fine. You go, yeah.
Well, I was just going to create with my own personal story
Go
of
for it.
apologising for something I did on the football field.
Have you left the ramble?
Somebody did the back pass to me Monday night. I was in goal. The ball went over the cone and it Tim Flowers me.
Oh, really?
And instead of apologising,
How are you always volunteering to be in goal and never getting any better?
Why is there
No.
a cone on the pitch?
it was marking out the half circle, the half crescent.
Was this a training drill? Are you apologising for a training drill?
They're not great pitches, but and so they marked out with cones, and it went over my hand, and it was like Tim Flowers. But I felt like I had to apologise.
Yeah.
But then I thought, it's 7-a-side. I'll just do a pun on the word corn. I can't believe it, guys. And that's what I think he should have done.
That's what
with
Mason
this.
should have done. He should have got
So
as
sorry
many...
for cutting in, Luke.
He
I just had to tell you about my
it's all right.
Tim Flowers in.
He should have got as many Suggs song titles in it as possible.
That's really
That's what he should have done.
twist
That's
the
the only
knife.
way he would have got me back on board.
What I would say is that like, on the video, like his, it looks like a really old ratty hoodie he's got on. Because like the Nike logo looks a bit ratty.
Yeah.
So what, you think he's been at home in the dark drinking loads of W Kid KD and thought, all right, I'll do a little video.
Mason, don't do it in your Man United tracksuit. Quick, change. That's all I've got.
I think he's going for a bit of
Look,
shabby chic.
in paint.
I think the final point I was just going to make is that Chelsea fans are upset about this. It's their own club's making. I mean, I know Mason Mount
Yes,
wanted to
it is.
leave, and he's probably got his own personal reasons as well. Perhaps he needs a change. He's been there for so long and all that good stuff. But he was underpaid for his ability, relatively speaking, to some of his peers. The club is a clown show at the moment, and you're hoping that Pochettino's going to come and sort it out. But there's so many players in and out. Last season, it was all over the place. I don't think the blame can be laid entirely at Mount's door for wanting to leave.
Not at all, really.
And I know he's turned down a contract offer and stuff, but he's getting something like $100,000 a week bump going to Man United. So clearly it's a bit of an easy decision for him and his family to go to a club of that size. So yeah.
I mean, what do you think, Andy? I still find this quite odd that Chelsea didn't manage to sort this out for a lad who's clearly, has a lot of love for the club. And I know Chelsea fans go, well, he clearly has it because you go, no, you can leave and still love the club.
He's allowed to still have a career. I mean, he obviously didn't feel valued enough, and that's why he's gone.
He's allowed to have a career, and he's allowed to have feelings, Andy. I think we can all agree. But he's been there, 2005 was when he went to Chelsea.
He's been there since he was like 6 years old or
yeah,
something.
He's 24.
Because Portsmouth's like
another one who slipped through the net.
Identifying of young
There's
talent
no net.
is appallingly bad.
Yeah.
There's a mermaid that goes, please stay.
The amount of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's another one.
Yeah.
His dad is a legend at Pompey. Didn't get anywhere near Portsmouth. Nah.
What are you catching with that net? Just butterflies? No, we need a proper, not literal.
There are no butterflies in Portsmouth.
Oh dear! But
Not since I left.
If a butterfly flaps
Fat
its wings
caterpillar.
in Portsmouth, Manchester United make a big transfer.
They do.
But so he's left. I mean, obviously, he was Chelsea Player of the Year. I think I mentioned this before. A couple of seasons running, 2021, 21-22 last season didn't quite
He's
happen.
won the Champions League with them.
He won the Champions League with them. He's won the Club World Cup as well. Runner up in a few cup finals as well. A few silvers in there.
He was a massively symbolic player for Chelsea.
Indeed,
and came through in an environment where a lot of young players are harvested at Chelsea.
Yes,
and he's one of them that actually did something right. And there's not that many of those.
And I think it's just sort of it still strikes me as odd because a 24-year-old who's a very good player is leaving to strengthen a rival. Who will love?
That's the odd thing. We're not used to big players really moving between of that age, moving between big Premier League teams.
And he could be, at Manchester United for 6, 7, 8 years. Chelsea would have probably thought, let's have him there for the majority of his career, unless his performances dip or whatever. Now, last season, he was in and out the side. It didn't really happen. Maybe there was a few injuries. There was whatever was going on. Last season was a bit of a funny one. Potter didn't really fancy him, and even Lampard, the second time round, didn't really play him that much. But perhaps the seeds were already
contract
signed.
thing is
indeed
in there.
So, what do you make of this whole thing? Does it strike you as odd?
I think it's a little bit concerning for Chelsea, if I'm being honest, because I just think you need your north at a time like this. There's so little that's certain about Chelsea, and to have, I guess, players who have the best interest of the club at heart, who really care there, I think it has to be important. So I think from a Chelsea perspective, it's a real shame to see him go.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching a clip from the Football Ramble podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. And if you're feeling extra generous, why don't you like this video? Why don't you like this video?